You're watching 13 on your side.
New tonight, the video of a traffic stop in Grand Rapids is making the rounds on social media. That video, taken last Friday, shows guns drawn by police officers asking a man to leave his house. 13 on your side's Nate Belt joins us with the latest.
Juliet, Kent County Commissioner Robert S. Womack posted this video to his Facebook page. Both he and new Grand Rapids Police Chief Eric Winstrom have different accounts of what happened that day.
I'm not coming off my porch. Put that gun.
You're under arrest.
For what?
Out here now.
The video begins after the initial traffic stop. While he says traffic violations aren't a high priority, GRPD Chief Eric Winstrom says the suspect's car had no license plate.
A vehicle with no license plate, it could be a stolen vehicle, it could be a crime vehicle, used in a crime.
After the stop was initiated,
The vehicle did not stop. At one point it drove erratically. I believe it actually tried to back up into him.
Commissioner Robert S. Womack, however, says the suspect was unaware that he was being pulled over.
He seemed to know that it was a police car, but he said they never turned their lights on him. So he never had to really stop.
Both Winstrom and Womack say the suspect then drove into a vacant lot and entered his home.
He goes to the door to tell his family, we need your help. I just need you to watch what's happening with me.
This is when Winstrom says the officers drew their guns.
He was holding his side when he ran into the house, which is indicative of what we know as someone usually carrying a concealed firearm.
I'm 6 months pregnant and you're holding a gun at me, man. I'm in my house.
A woman inside the home took this video. Womack says she was scared to have guns pointed at her.
She is trying to have a conversation with them, and they are not hearing what she's trying to say about her children.
Winstrom says the weapons weren't pointed at her, but the suspect who was behind her. He says the officers were justified in doing so.
Extremely reasonable because they thought this gentleman was possibly armed.
Winstrom arrives on the scene at the end of the video, having been on a ride-along with one of his officers in the area. He says the situation was de-escalated soon after.
The interaction ended up very cordial between her, and I think we came to a point where she had an understanding of what was going on.
While Womack believes the situation should never have gotten to where it did,
There's certain things we need to do when approached by police. But at the same time, there are certain things police need to do. They don't need to be so quick to pull their guns.
Winstrom says he stands by his officers' actions that day.
From this seat, looking at it, the officers did nothing wrong. In fact, they did everything right. They did just what we want them to do.
GRPD says the suspect eventually came outside and was taken into custody without incident. They were arrested for failure to obey a lawful command by a police officer and did receive a ticket for no registration. Winstrom says he and Womack met earlier today to discuss the incident. Juliet?
Nate, thank you.